My mom gave me to her boyfriend. During my childhood, my mom always seemed to have a new stream of boyfriends, and I never liked them. They came too fast and were gone too quick. I never knew my dad, just knew he didn't want me, so from a young age I developed a strained connection with any man that came into my life. When I was about 6 years old, my mom introduced me to her new boyfriend. He was quiet but nice and never told me what to do or try to take on the parent role like the others. Surprisingly, months passed and he remained a constant presence in our lives without attempting to parent me. Then one night I hear raised voices. I was used to the yelling due to my mom's previous behavior and that this happened to be a regular occurrence. I didn't realize until later that my mom was the problem in her relationships, or at least equally at fault. So imagine my surprise when my door burst open and in walks my mother with her boyfriend not far behind. I still remember the way she grabbed my upper arm before forcefully pushing me to her boyfriend, saying, "Here, take her." I never wanted a child anyway. Now let's call her boyfriend Ray. I could tell Ray was pissed and I was scared because I'd never seen a man that angry before. At that point I was sobbing because I was a kid and scared. I had no idea what they were fighting about, and things escalated quickly after that. My mom started to go around my room and fill a duffel bag and a backpack with my clothes before hurling them at Ray, who saw that I was crying and started to silently pace back and forth instead of yelling back at her. She started screaming at us to get out and I was still bawling. I even tried to walk to her but she just pushed me back. I remember being so hurt and confused on why she wouldn't hug me before Ray picked me up and scooped my bags off the floor as my mom continued to shout at us. She even started to push us back to move faster, and as soon as we stepped outside she threw this folder at us and said, "That's her birth certificate. Have a nice life," before slamming the door and leaving me in the arms of a man I barely knew. We stood there, him in silence and my crying getting louder, before he looked at me and smiled, saying, "Everything's cool and I'm gonna be okay." He put me in the passenger seat of his massive truck and threw my bags in the back before turning to me and asking, "Do you want to go get ice cream?" Now 13 years later, he's the best father I could ask for, and I never saw my mom again. I know who she is and where I can find her, but I don't want to. She abandoned her child and I'll never forgive her for that. Whereas my dad has been there for every second of my life since we were kicked out all those years ago.
Today I effed up by talking dirty in German. My girlfriend is deaf. At the beginning of our relationship, she had to read my lips to understand me. Now she understands me because we've been together long enough for me to learn sign language. Other than lip reading and sign language, vibrations play a role too. My girlfriend will often touch my throat when I talk because it allows her to feel what I'm saying instead of just watching the expressions on my face or concentrating on the movement of my mouth and hands through reading lips and sign language. She loves touching my neck and feeling the vibrations of my voice, especially when the two of us are intimate and I'm talking dirty. From my understanding, feeling my voice when I'm turned on gets my girlfriend off. What I said didn't really matter most of the time. What mattered was how I said it. As soon as my girlfriend touches my neck and closes her eyes during intimacy, it's my cue to sound hot. However, I usually do the opposite without her realizing. I voice my thoughts about her never closing the peanut butter jar properly, or how she uses up 80% of the bed because she sleeps in kickboxing poses, or the fact that she eats pizza from the crust to the tip. It's low-key hilarious whenever she climaxes while I'm commenting on something random, like all the cupboards she always leaves wide open when she's done in the kitchen. Last night was business as usual in the bedroom and my girlfriend put her hand on my neck, hoping to feel the vibrations of my voice while it happened. She didn't close her eyes though, which meant I had to behave and talk dirty for real because she might read my lips and realize I've been voicing my complaints literally under her nose. I should have just stuck to the script and talked dirty, but the agent of chaos in me came up with a way to continue playing with fire and block my girlfriend from lip reading. I decided to speak German, my native language. It was my first time switching languages in bed. Even though my girlfriend had no idea what was coming out of my mouth, she appreciated my naturally aggressive German vibrations a little too much because her gentle hand on my neck instantly turned into an eagle claw as she became more excited. She squeezed my neck so hard, I sounded like a German chipmunk. My fight or flight mode prompted me to tickle my girlfriend to stop her from strangling me. I'm not sure why I opted for tickling as a method of surviving strangulation, but I think it had something to do with my hands being on her hips and the voice in my head yelling, "Target the abdomen, she's ticklish, it will weaken her." My girlfriend reacted to being tickled mid-release like she was being electrocuted by eels. She released my neck, which was a relief, but it came at a cost. My overstimulated girlfriend accidentally dived off the bed and fell face first on the floor.